Interlude. Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail 2020. This is the most important election of our lifetime. I realize we said that at the last election, and the election before that, and the election before that, and we will likely say it at the next election, and the election after that, and the election after that. But this time we really mean it. The freedoms we cherish are under attack. Our very way of life is at stake. Democracy itself hangs in the balance. Just kidding, of course. We don't have democracy in this country. Never did, really. Even you rubes who make up the 99% know that. We have an electoral circus that comes to town once every 4 years so that you can pretend to have a say in how you are governed. Well, I hate to break the news to you, but we don't actually want the input of the hoi polloi. Instead, we are pleased to provide you peasants with the illusion of choice. Politics in the exceptional nation consists merely of the periodic postulation of the eternal question, Coke or Pepsi? Now, obviously, I'm addressing myself to those of you who sympathize with Team Pepsi. I know you know on some subconscious level that both Coke and Pepsi will eventually kill you. But you are utterly disgusted by the taste of Coke and would never even consider drinking that swill. And yet, although you are dimly aware of the fact that Pepsi is also toxic and only slightly more palatable, you are sometimes so thirsty that you cannot resist guzzling it down. Well, this is one of those times. You've got to quaff the poison and you know it. So get ready to swallow, bitches. No spitting allowed. And stop whining about all the things you want. Universal health care, universal basic income, legalization of drugs, demilitarization of the police, a jobs program, a climate change initiative, an end to foreign wars, a genuine social safety net, a dismantling of the prison industrial complex, and on and on and on. So many fucking demands. They are nothing but pipe dreams and fairy dust. Do you want a pony, too? How about a unicorn? Why must you think only of yourselves and your own puny little desires? What about my billionaire donors who have decided that I should be president? Have you ever thought about their feelings, you childish, self-centered jerk-offs? Now is not the time for aspirations. We need all hands on deck to stop the boogeyman. If you will just help Team Pepsi regain power, we'll try to prioritize your agenda next time around. You must be patient. Wait another 4 or 8 years. Wait until the next generation. Wait until the next century. Wait until the world is literally on fire and it's too late. Then we'll wring our hands and pretend that we tried our best. At least we will talk pretty and restore dignity to the office that Team Coke's leader has disgraced. Remember how good the good old days were when our team's war criminals were in charge? Malcolm X once said that if you want people to run to the fox, you have to show them the wolf. In case you're too stupid to understand the analogy, the incumbent is the wolf, and I'm the fox. He's hungry like the wolf, and I'm crazy like a fox. Do you want to be eaten by a wolf? Of course not. Therefore, you must throw your lot in with the fox. So let me guard the hen house, you ridiculous ingrates. And don't call me the boy who cried wolf. Look, I know I'm not your first choice. I won't even let you think I'll pretend to compromise or lean your way on any of the issues you favor. Everybody knows I'm a racist, sexist, warmongering piece of shit, and I won't even try to deny it. But have you seen the other guy? He's worse, much worse. He's done and said more racist and more sexist and... Okay, we're pretty equal when it comes to warmongering, but that's not really the point, is it? The point is that you need to get on board the train to nowhere. Choo-choo! And I want you to understand that I'm not a jealous candidate. I won't hold it against you if you had other candidates before me. I forgive you because you knew not what you did. But now it's time to move forward. We must all come together for the good of the team and the country. Fall in love in the primary, fall in line in the general. My staff assures me that snappy little slogans like that will have a powerful psychological effect on you simpletons. Allow me to anticipate some of your objections. First of all, I have on numerous occasions shown signs of cognitive decline. I often don't know where I am or what office I'm running for. I confuse my sister with my wife. I pick fights with my constituents and tell them to vote for my opponent. And I can barely complete a sentence, even when reading a teleprompter. I'm sure you remember when I regurgitated this word salad. 70 years ago, we hold these lies to be self-educated. All men and women and trans people are created in my image. Duh. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of misery. Durr. You know what I mean, right? I have to admit that was pretty embarrassing. But the good news is that my opponent is also a senile idiot, a petulant adolescent in the body of a septuagenarian, in fact. So mental acuity should not really be an issue, which is particularly damaging to me. Let's say that he and I are tied on that count. More serious, perhaps, is that recent allegation of sexual assault, which you've probably heard about. We initially tried to smear my pesky accuser as a Russian agent. That worked for a week or so. Then people more or less forgot about the incident and moved on. Don't you love the 24-hour news cycle? But, just so you know, even if her allegation were true, it wasn't rape. She merely accused me of unwanted digital penetration. Is that really so bad? Besides, my opponent has grabbed more pussy than me. Much more. Truth be told, I'm a bit jealous of him in that respect. But here's the thing. We should believe all women. Except when those women say something rude about me or someone else on Team Pepsi. Am I evil? Probably so. Over my long political career, I have done and said many things which do not bear scrutiny. They were clearly against your interests and everything you claim to support. But fortunately, my opponent is even more evil than me. I am therefore very proud to be the candidate of the lesser evil during this current election cycle. So resist not evil, my good little Christian friends, and support the lesser evil. Of course, I'm hoping you'll forget that the disastrous reign of Team Pepsi is what enabled the rise of the lunatic presently in charge of Team Coke. And whenever Team Coke ruled before, and we were out of power, we always went along with their program. In fact, we helped facilitate the Cokeward shift of the country, and we're pleased to do so. And I more than most of my teammates. But now we need you to sweep all that under the rug and play make-believe. So say it with me, children. All our problems began 3.5 years ago when the current clown-in-chief took office. In the meantime, my staff and my allies in the media are working on a very savvy voter outreach campaign. Basically, if you publicly question the wisdom of voting yet again for Team Pepsi, or if you flatly refuse to vote for me, or if you, heaven forfend, plan to vote for a third-party candidate, even if you are not in a swing state, you will be shunned as a pariah, you will be doxxed, you will be canceled, and you will be banished forever from the kingdom of the cool kids. We think it's appropriate to punish in this manner all those with no money and no power who do not adhere to the company line. I mean, the team's game plan. So remember, if you don't pledge your vote to me, you're pledging your vote to Hitler. And yet this brilliant strategy probably wouldn't work were it not for a couple of completely fortuitous blessings. That's why I would like to thank the great white American God in the sky for sending us this horrible plague and the consequent economic meltdown. They have greatly helped my cause. Now I can just stay quiet and secluded in my bunker and let the incumbent self-destruct. It's better to be lucky than smart. And if you don't agree, you're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. But seriously, friends, Mussolini defined fascism as the marriage of the state with business interests. That's basically what we have in this great kleptocratic country of ours, isn't it? And it's what we'll continue to have forever. But you must decide what you want. Fascism with an ugly face or fascism with a friendly face? You know I'm much more pleasant to look at than the other guy. I'm personable and folksy. I have the common touch. And I do like to touch. And sniff. Who would you rather have a beer with? Who would you rather have sexually assault your daughter, your mother, your sister, or your wife? Come on, be honest. I'm the only option here. You've got nowhere else to go. I'm asking you to just focus on the horse race until November. If you think too carefully, you'll of course realize that I won't do anything to fix the problems this country currently faces. I won't institute universal basic income during the economic meltdown. I won't provide universal health care during the plague. But never mind that. Look at what the big bad wolf tweeted today. Isn't it outrageous? Doesn't it make your blood boil? And let me say something else. If you think I'm too old to hold office, I'll challenge you to a push-up contest. If you think I'm too white, I'll say you ain't black. If you think I'm too male, I'll promise to choose a woman who is completely beholden to the status quo to be my running mate. Isn't that good enough? Work with me here, you unpatriotic fuckwits. Meet me halfway. Oh, one more thing. I don't want you to worry your pretty little heads over the question of legitimacy in relation to our elections. Purging of the voter rolls, gerrymandering, hackable electronic voting machines, lack of a paper trail, inconvenient polling stations for inner-city voters, confusing mail-in instructions, the Electoral College. These are all unpleasant things to think about. I won't say the system is rigged, but if you believe it's legit, you're a fucking moron. So just carry on as though it's all on the up and up. Now get out there and vote. And don't forget to wear a mask. Listen, we've had almost 4 years of shilling for Wall Street and the munitions industry by Team Coke. Now it's time for 4 years of shilling for Wall Street and the munitions industry by Team Pepsi. The pendulum is swinging back to our side. Fair is fair. Keep hope alive. We shall overcome. Lead with our values. Change you can believe in. Stronger together. Blah, 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 whatever bullshit floats your boat. So go to my website and buy a t-shirt, coffee mug, or bumper sticker with the inspiring image of me giving you the finger and saying, "Vote for me!" Time to wrap this up. But first, let me pile on a few more platitudes. Ready? We have nothing to fear but fear itself. Ask not what your country can do for you. Make the world safe for democracy. Nothing will fundamentally change. Is that enough? Yes, I think so. And don't forget, I have no empathy. See you at the polls, suckers. I can't remember my name, but I approve this message.